problem. Your fate walks these halls. Come here. There's no time for pleasantries or interrogations. Thoat Replicanum is summoning maligraphies, creatures of ink. The Infinite Archive is filled with books, and therefore, ink. You can see how this is suboptimal, right? Daedra. I saw her name scrawled in many margins, but it took the ink attacking for me to put the pieces together. Research can be uncomfortable, even painful. This is unprecedented. I have a plan to combat her, though I lack the skills to enact it. Mimics are the true names of Daedra. If we collect the pieces of Thoat Replicanum's Mimic, we can use it to summon her and rid the Infinite Archive of her malaise. At least that's what I hope happens. I'm not destitute, if that sways you. That door will take you into the archive. The maligraphies are the best lead we have, so head toward orbs of unstable ink, and you'll find them. I'll watch and offer advice when I can, but I'll leave the fighting to you. It's not my forte. The Infinite Archive holds written records of events that were, or that could be. There were others who called this place home, but they're dead to the Archive. I didn't think that was possible. The Infinite challenges many of my assumptions. Threads of fate bind everything in the archive to the index. If the threads break, the item is returned to safety. This protects the tomes, but it is helpful should an accident-prone researcher bury his nose in a book and walk off a cliff. And now it appears some of the inhabitants of the archive no longer have the protection of the threads. I have no idea why that is so, and it disconcerts me. I would be lost if I was no longer bound to the Index. That giant orb. Since it's tied to everything in the archive, we use it to locate books throughout the infinite expanses. This place would be a headache to navigate without it. It all comes back to ink. The malligraphies are made out of the book, and I've seen Thoat Replicanum scribbled across the margins of many pages here. I'm practiced enough at research to know when I'm on the cusp of discovery. The Nimic is a Daedra's true name. If we hold the Nimic, we'll be able to control her to some capacity. I'm not powerful enough to banish her from the archive outright, but I think I have enough magic to summon her. They resemble the contents of the text itself. Most of the books here in the archive are historical accounts. They seem differently tempered as well. Some are peaceful, many hostile, and almost all have different skills and strengths. Think about it this way. A book can discuss a king as a vicious conqueror or a benevolent philanthropist. Both of these descriptions could be true, but a text must choose one. As for the differences in strengths, not all authors are equally skilled. Then you underestimate the power of the written word. Remember that these characters, as you called them, aren't in their books anymore. A sword made out of ink is still a sword. I have the scars to prove it.
Unfinished business is so frustrating when you can't do anything about it. You're a warrior like me. I assume you know something about how annoying it is to lose. I didn't even make a mistake. Those monsters just killed me. Well, I'm not going to lie in my proverbial grave and let them get away with it. Kill a marauder. I'd do it myself, but the Index won't let specters enter the archival wings. You're alive. You can enter the archive and exact my revenge. Kill me. One of those rotten ink bags slammed me into the dirt so hard, it severed my tie to existence. I want to return the favor. Help me. You'll get a reward for killing a monster you were probably going to fight anyway. You have nothing to lose. Are you ready to seek my revenge? You don't want to lose threads of fate just because you weren't prepared for what awaits you in the archive. That is not what happened to me. Those creatures just got lucky. If you hadn't already agreed to go searching for a marauder to kill, I would warn you away from getting near one. They're powerful abominations who can and will hit you harder than a troll's club. Ugh, I hate them all. Kill anyone you find. More than I want to think about. I fought 3 before the 4th severed my thread. They like to rudely invite themselves in your perfectly civilized fights and wreck any sort of plans you may have on the battlefield. Bastards. Keep your eyes open and never be complacent in there. Marauders will join your enemies the moment you let your guard down. Don't let them get behind you. Don't let them hit you. And for the light of the 8, don't let them kill you. I heard that I could fight an entire army's worth of enemies here with no real mortal danger. Imagine my surprise when the threads of fate I heard so much about didn't save me from death like they were supposed to. As I understand it, they tie all the living creatures and books here to the Index. I suppose the threads act as security against the dangers of the archive. Dying severs a thread. Lose too many, and you're returned to this chamber. Master Malkest and the Filers are too busy with the other troubles in the archive to look into what happened. But that is not what bothers me. I am not upset about the Index's lapse. I am furious at the creatures who severed my threads.
Was a bit of a warm-up.
As long as your next fight. Verses will make a huge difference as you fight waves of maligraphies. Select a verse while I create a portal. So, now you've encountered the maligraphies. You handled them better than I did. I can see why you were rewarded with a verse for your efforts. The Filers helped me locate another orb of maligraphies. You need to take this portal to get there.
Some verses allow you to transform your mortal visage into terrifying creatures. I always hope those are offered to you. They look like a smashing good time.
perfect spot to create the next portal. It has the best temporal elasticity. The verses and visions offered throughout the archive are gifts from Hermaeus Mora. Choose the ones you accept strategically. They could determine your chances of survival here.
This calligraphy. I recognize it. In this case, that may not be a good thing. Be careful.
Take this one seriously.
Be impressed. He's offering you visions. Those last longer than verses. Hang on, what's this? A fragment of a mimic. It couldn't drop the whole thing? Well, if this calligraphy had a piece, the others might too. Keep going.
A nice little present from Vec, eh?
I've never seen a calligraphy leave anything behind when they die. But then I also never recognized a calligraphy before. Today holds many revelations. This course of action is working. Keep it up. Knowing what army a soldier belongs to is not the same as knowing their name. To continue the military metaphor, you just fought a general. As the foremost expert on calligraphies, I know next to nothing. One thing I can guarantee you about this place, anything is possible. I read about incredible figures such as the Imperfect, Prior Theric, and Cinemoth. Any number of deadly enemies are contained within the Archive's tomes. Since Thoat summons the calligraphies, perhaps they retain a piece of her. Her magic could require a portion of her mimic. There's also a possibility that Thoat is less in control of the calligraphies than we think. Oh, bother, I'm hypothesizing. There's still so much we don't know. But I doubt any Daedra would willingly divulge a piece of their mimic. I can only conclude that this fragment wasn't freely given, which means the mimics are an inherent part of these calligraphies. This calligraphy seemed more powerful. However Thoat creates calligraphies, this one probably took more energy to manifest. That sort of magical effort takes its toll. While verses are more powerful, they don't last very long. Conversely, the same is true about visions. Their augments are less impactful, but they'll last for as long as you're in the archive. Receiving an offering of visions is impressive.
Knocking them around. You know, I like to think I'm agreeable. Get back, you fetcher!
Calligraphies? Excellent! I was concerned that they'd still be here. When you choose the verse, do you think the tentacle will disappear? I don't mean to offend Hermaeus Mora, but it is throwing off the balance of this wing.
Started yet. Do these calligraphies know who you are?
Cry for mummy. Dig in. Don't let them separate us.
here. You work quickly, mortal.
Watching you fight, I almost understand Phyleraru's enthusiasm for violence. Almost. The rewards for your efforts are there. Make your selection and move to the next battle.
Calligraphies aren't the only trouble here. You could take the second portal. The filers say there's a verse in it for you.
By the author's last name? Or was it by era?
Yeah!
Are you real? With those clothes you must be. Next question. Can you find things? Have you lost things before? A sock, your memory, the love of the gods? Doesn't matter. I have, and I will, and I need to not lose that last one. What haven't I lost? I need you to find Finnbor the Resurrected. A book. It's about a reachfolk who became the servant of Hermaeus Mora in exchange for a book of necromancy. A horrid practice. All those organs. Very unclean. Not the book. The pages. I lost the pages. The sheaves of paper are scattered throughout the archive. I have some tricks I picked up from living here. Verses. Things to make you stronger, quicker, sturdier. Bring me the pages, and I'll give you one. I don't know exactly where the pages ended up. This place is a maze. So much to organize. So many books. Without the pages, I'll never complete my translation, and the account of Finnbor the Resurrected will be lost forever. Find them, please.
This is an archive for books, not unbound sheaves. If you have doubts or are fluent in the ancient languages of the Reach folk, perhaps you could read the pages as they are. If not, you'll have to wait for the translation. It's an important tome of ancient Reach folk lore. Besides, translation's an aspect of my duties here. My work preserves knowledge contained within the books. Almost none. I can read infinitely more than I speak. Understanding the meaning of written gel is so vastly different than hearing the sounds and making sense of them. Written translation is as far as my skills go, I'm afraid. This room, this archive, it's so scattered. Are we following authors? Eras? Geographical locations? Subject matter? Binding materials? Ink types? The only time it's bearable is when I'm reading or working. Otherwise, I just want to tear all the books from their shelves and restock them correctly. What if I organize them by the wrong category? Have you seen an archive organized by spine color? Or by date written? No. Besides, this is Hermaeus Mora's archive. I don't want to inadvertently upset the Prince of Knowledge.
patronymic fragment. This two-pronged approach is working. You're collecting the fragments, and I'm learning more about Thoat. One of the books called Thoat, She Who Became Vivified Ink. As you continue to fight, I'll try to figure out what that means. More questions and fewer answers. I feel like I'm back in school. Thoat somehow became living ink, but how? And why? What a delightful mystery. Well, back to the books. Maybe they hold the answers. We knew that Thoat could manifest creatures of ink. That's what the malligraphies are. To think that Thoat became vivified ink herself. Animated ink. It's a leap. Unless I misconjugated. No, she became living ink. She wasn't always like this. Whatever happened, I doubt this is what Thoat intended. Who would want to become ink? It's more likely that some powerful esoteric spell went awry. Still, it doesn't seem like she's letting this altered state stop her. Knowledge, power, to cause mayhem, who knows? Why would anyone want to destroy a well-organized archive? This runs counter to all of my instincts, but let's focus on getting rid of Thoat Replicanum before we delve into her motives.
Finders keepers, as they say. But now I'm going to. Keep your guard up until you've got your footing.
To be in the archive. The malligraphies can pop out at any moment. Be on your guard, mortal. We must not let the enemy catch us unaware.
don't like your odds.
Verses and visions aren't just gifts. They make your fights more interesting. Don't waste them. Have you noticed that some wings of the Archive look similar? The Infinite Archive used to be one continuous landmass, but that's obviously not the case anymore. This doesn't matter to me, as I can fly. You, on the other hand, must rely on portals.
Hang in there. I'll do something.
Malkest may be an excellent researcher, but he is ill-equipped for the perils of battle. You know what I'm referring to.
What exactly am I supposed to do with a wagon? I have a standing order with those strange warriors at the Ranizah Sword School. Someone usually comes to pick it up, but they haven't shown up this month. I'm going to lose my shirt here. If they don't pick up their order, I don't get paid.
Better find a way to deliver the order yourself.
You mean cart the goods up a road that's crawling with sand warriors and wild creatures? To a school where they lop off the heads of the unworthy? No, thank you. I'll just wait here. Someone's bound to show up eventually.
I don't know how Lot escaped from torture, but it
You
will
are not
resume.
yourself, Narayan. Let me help you.
Help yourself, wretch.
Wait!
Do you louts think you're going to save my wife? She doesn't deserve to be saved!
careful.
Tear them to pieces! An honor way is not to be harmed! This place is not for mortals. We're going to open you up. Find some chains to hang your innards. Even if you defeat me, aid me! Concern you, outsider. Leave those stones! Kill the intruders!
Out of the dangerous reach. Narayaneth will answer for this. He has to. The study is just a bit farther. This way. Whatever he keeps in here now, it's well guarded.
Out! The lot of you! You've no right to enter!
It's warded. Quite a defense for such a small room. There must be a way to open it. And these statues didn't used to be here.
bedroom is open. Follow as you can.
This is where I died. My husband's journal mentions a ritual that brought the day look at this end out in the rain.
You're a tenacious lot. If you insist, I'll be happy to feed you to the blade.
That was sickening. I had to get rid of it. Narayaneth is still out there, but we need to find the ritual site and stop the flow of Daedra into this plane. There's still... The Daedra have destroyed much of the school. Let's keep moving.
Hollandway returns to us. You have no say in it. Crypts will be your grave. I will ensure that. All that should concern you is that it comes with me. It convinced me of your betrayal, of the need for the students to pay for their insolence.
Ritual site, where the Daedra are coming through, and where Narayaneth is. We'll meet on the other side. Be wary.
On the contrary, this blade grants me a clarity I never had in life, and I will have you respect it. Don't even need the blade to best you. Try my patience.
The Mode did well in feeding my killing word. My black egg.
Who are you?
Never has the whispering from that blade been so pronounced.
You're the Daedric fiend that created it, aren't you? That weapon must never again be allowed to influence mortals.
It has hurt you, has it not? Perhaps you could destroy it. Disable it. I could help you.
You think I trust you? The one who twisted my husband, murdered my students. I will send the blade away, and I will do so on my own terms, no matter the cost. It will travel far, ever slipping from the hands that desire it. This cannot happen again.
The blade will fight you. It is fully empowered, and it wishes to return home.
Never again.
Mortals never fail to amuse. That edge was fully sharpened, and would have seen great use at my side in the days to come. But Allenway gave everything to cast it away. There is nothing left to take from her. You and I, however, will meet again.
What exactly am I supposed to do with a wagon full of goods and no one to buy them, huh?
I don't know. What do you usually do with them?
I have a standing order with those strange warriors at the Raniza Sword School. Someone usually comes to pick it up, but they haven't shown up this month. I'm going to lose my shirt here. If they don't pick up their order, I don't get paid.
Better find a way to deliver the order yourself.
You mean cart the goods up a road that's crawling with sand warriors and wild creatures? To a school where they lob off the heads of the unworthy? No, thank you. I'll just wait here. Someone's bound to show up eventually. don't do anything stupid.
Ah! You have business here?
I've got what you need. Can I help you?
Hello there.
Greetings.
Customers are always welcome.
Good to see you.
Hello there.
I love talking to customers, but you're probably here to speak to the impresario. She's right over there.
Now here's a likely one.